me. So, you know, by the time I was about a year and a half in, I mean, I was expediting. I had my own team. I had my own team of guys. And
how was the transition from you becoming a cook to becoming a sous chef? Because I know that's always challenging when you're, you know.
And so that is the thing, right? Is you go from being an operator to being a leader, right? And that's the true definition. And, you know, I know, or basically, I guess what I'm saying is, you go from being able, you learn how to do everything as best as you can, and all of a sudden now you have to get that fucking guy to do it the way that you do it, right? And that is the test. That truly is the test, and that's the test of great chefs. And a great chef is synonymous with a great leader, right? So, like, it is, how can I make sure that that person does it the way that I would do it, right? Yeah. And then how do I convey that message, right? Like, how do I teach that person to see all these things that I see, right? And that was the biggest thing for me. And honestly, I fucking loved it, man.
Yeah.
I still love it. I love having a team, having that energy, fucking the teaching aspect. I mean, all chefs are natural teachers. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of being a chef, man. And, like, honestly, I think now that I have my own business, like, being a chef puts us in such an advantage because we already know how to manage logistics. We already know how to manage operations. We already know how to teach people at such a fucking... I mean, what other profession do you have to teach people where everything is live? Like, when you're teaching a guy on a new station, you know what I mean? Even though you're teaching him and someone else is there teaching him, you're still serving the food that they fucking make to the guest that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're still, like, it's all live. There's no, like, oh, hey, let's fucking get it better next time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the true difference. And then, you know, also, too, just learning how to maintain the standards at one of the best restaurants in the fucking world, you know? Yeah. Which, for me, the craziest thing was when I started expediting. It was about a month into me, or not even, a couple weeks into me expediting, and that's when that article about Per Se came out, right, in the New York Times, and then TK and DB and Manila and all the guys went over to Per Se. And all of a sudden, it was the kids running the fucking restaurant, you know?
And that article was written by who? Who was that?
That was Pete Wells.
In New York.
Yeah.
He's just trashing it, no?
Yeah, that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and whatever, this is my... Or, actually, this is a podcast, so...
Yeah,
here's
hey, speak your mind, baby.
Let the world know. Nowadays. That's all I gotta say.
There
like,
you go.
Fuck food
Except
writers
for
nowadays.
Solejo.
Okay,
the shit.
And I shouldn't say that, but, you know, you got... Like, Solejo, she's got a message that she's getting out, and she's not trying to rip people down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She is, she's out there making a stand for what she fucking stands for, which
for sure.
I unbelievably respect.
Oh my God.
And she is eloquent. She is well written. She is supportive. That's the biggest thing, is that she is supportive, right?
Yeah.
She is not out here like and again, this is a podcast. So Pete Wells, that fucking guy writes articles to sell newspapers. And the only way he can write articles to sell fucking newspapers is to write audacious, ridiculous articles about that are false. You know what I mean? That are literally fucking false.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in my opinion, you know, you got that guy fucking Ryan, whatever his name is, over at Eater in New York too. Like, fuck that guy. But anyways, not to go down that rabbit hole too much, but just basically the point I'm trying to make is that if you are a food writer, you have a duty to us in the restaurant industry to support us, right? If you're going to be a hater, get the fuck out of their food writing position.
Yeah.
Right? It is an industry that is hard enough already, right? It is an industry that there's a lot of underrepresented sections of our fucking industry that you could be supporting them and uplifting them, which Solejo does a fucking amazing job doing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, look at her.
I found out about a lot of shit from her.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because she appreciates food. Yeah. She appreciates the industry, right? And that's the problem is, in my opinion, right, is that food writers are trying to sell newspapers. They think their only way that they can sell their product is by making these ridiculous articles. Whereas instead it should be, hey, how do I more intelligently provide value to the reader, right? Which is, hey, maybe don't write about the same fucking restaurants all the time. Maybe go find some fucking new restaurants to write about. There's always exciting shit going on in our industry. And
especially in New York City.
Especially in New York City, right? And out here. You know what I mean? And out here too. But anyways, so Pete Wells.
It's funny though, like we think about those negative reviews, and then you think about the people that also get excited that they got positive reviews from that man.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy. Like
the thing is, and something that I have to say is that, and again, I'm a nobody, right? I'm going to preface this with saying I'm a nobody.
Heard that.
Okay, but if you are the New York Times food critic, you are in many ways the most powerful food critic on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Right? You are. And in my opinion, you should take that with a fucking grain of salt and understand the power that you have as a person, as a writer, right? As a fucking person that has, you're not just writing these articles that catch the attention of people. You're writing articles about restaurants, right? You're impacting that restaurant. That restaurant has people that fucking work day and night there and put their blood, sweat, and tears in that restaurant every day. People that rely on a paycheck. Like restaurants are like one of the only fucking... It's like you operate this business, the margins are slim enough, and then you get your fucking ass handed to you by these people that
can't do what you do.
You are literally, I mean, to quote Marco Pierre White again, you are judged by those that know less than you about what you do.
Yeah.
That is a fact. You know what I mean? And that is a fact. Like, I'm sorry.
And that's another reason why Solejo is respected, because she used to cook. You know
she used to cook.
Yeah.
But also, too, you know what I mean? I haven't seen her write anything where she's tearing people down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I respect her as a food writer. You know, and like, I don't respect food writers that tear people down. If you want to write something and disagree with a chef all day long, you have my respect. If you want to write an article where you're just
trashing,
you're kicking someone in the fucking balls, like, you no longer have my respect. But again, I'm a fucking nobody, so who cares?
No.
But anyways, articles written, all the guys got to leave. All of a sudden, I'm running the restaurant. No joke, Dave, that week. You know who comes in the fucking restaurant when everyone's gone? Guy Savoy. Fucking Elena Arzak.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay? Literally, they come into the fucking restaurant.
You're on the phone.
I mean, I'm on the TV, chef. They're fucking...
that's right.
Literally, I'm watching them on the TV.
Explain this to everybody. What is the TVs here?
Yeah, and so I don't want to necessarily pretend like I'm a spokesperson for the...
No, I hear you.
But, like, there's a television that connects the two restaurants, right?
So there's cameras, you can see what's going on.
And that's the beauty of what Chef has developed, is that relationship between two sister restaurants, because it's that connection, right? And it's the way that those restaurants work together to push the cuisine forward. Okay. But no, I mean, I'm there, new, running a fucking, arguably the greatest fucking restaurant in America, and everyone's gone. Yeah. And some of the best chefs in the entire world are coming in to eat, and that shit was crazy. But, you know, you learn how to make sure you know how to maintain standards, you know? And maintaining standards at a restaurant, especially a tasting menu, 3 Michelin star restaurant that serves 100 covers a night, is a skill set that you have to learn. You know, it's fast, it's hard. There's an unbelievably small
window of success.
Window for fucking success.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's like everything's working against you.
Everything. And so you're constantly doing this. But that's the beauty of it too, right? That's the beauty of it. I miss that's what I miss. You know what I mean? And I will sit here and say all day long, we're doing this business over here, it's great, but that's where I perform best, you know, is during service.
Yeah.
And
I know the feeling.
it's a matter of time before I get back to it.
When you're putting that apron on before service.
Oh, dude, the apron.
Right.
Dude, and the apron, and the more you study, like, you know, like these other guys, how do I explain it? You know, now that we have this business, right, you're exposed to these other industries that we're insulated from when we're in the restaurant industry, like the marketing industry. I'm just going to say that right now, right? And so the marketing industry, if you think about it, there's all these businesses that have to convince the customer of their value because intrinsically their business might not necessarily seem like it has value to the customer, right? So you have to convince the customer of that value, right? Mm-hmm. And that's something that's interesting for us as chefs because we create beautiful cuisine. Beautiful cuisine kind of speaks for itself. You know what I mean? You don't really need someone coming up with some catchy fucking tagline to sell some beautiful food, right? Instead, you take a picture of some beautiful food and you put it in front of someone and they're like, holy shit, that looks really nice. You know what I mean? And so, where am I going with this?
I caught you after a long day, so you might need a little bit of time to
long
think
day,
about this real
just
quick.
fucking finish that Pacifico. We got some Modelo's somewhere too.
Oh, bring those Modelo's out here.
We got them in the studio kitchen. I'm gonna go outside.
Oh, fuck.
Where are you at on your Pacifico? You still got it?
I'm done.
You're done?
I'm good.
Do you want one more?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. So you're doing something for their members. You hear that? That's that truffle popcorn, baby.
So, basically they said, hey, can you do something for our members? So we said, of course, right? Because you always say yes and then figure out how to fucking do it. Mm-hmm. So, we did a kind of meal kit, basically, where we put together all the ingredients, how to make that truffle risotto, right? And we put the truffles in that kit to sell through that shit, right? And then we thought, like, hey, how can we provide an additional value? And we said, you know, we will do a Zoom class, like a live class on how to cook the risotto, right? And so, honestly, we had no idea if it would fucking work, but we had no other options, right? And the year before, in around Valentine's Day, we tried doing a similar project and it failed like a motherfucker. It did not work at all. And so, but we went for it, and literally the next day, the battery put it live. We put it on our website as well. We put it live too. And
was that the one that was him?
Yes. Yeah.
The one that I cut down the...
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And literally within fucking 4 hours that we launched the fucking class, we sold out of all of those truffles. All 25 pounds. Gone. And that was the start of our fucking business pivot, man. We went from selling truffles directly to chefs at restaurants to selling live cooking experiences. Just like that. And I know you were part of our very first class. You can see fucking David Sucio. Episode number 1 as the fucking announcer.
That's right.
Remember that shit?
You guys. Like, yeah, we need an entrance. I was like, I got you.
Yep. And so, yeah.
Damn, so you guys did that one video, and then when did you decide, like, hey, we're gonna fucking do this full bore? Like, we're going in this? Was that a couple days after, or was it just like...
honestly, it very organically became an unbelievable fucking revenue source. So, like, we started... In the first class we did, we sold like 60 kits. But the beauty of working with the battery is people who are members of the battery are also like CEOs and owners of all of the biggest companies out here in the Bay Area, right? Mm-hmm. And so all of a sudden, we got hit with